You're listening to Faith, Relationship, and Community Podcast, where we talk about all things faith, relationship, and community. My name is Noah. I'm the lead pastor of Morningside Lutheran Church. Today, I sit down with some kids from our children's ministry here at Morningside Lutheran as we talk about their understanding and development of their faith. Have a seat. This is good. Okay, so you have all the answers now because your sister just shared them all, which is good. How old are you?
6.
6? Very good. Did you just turn 6 or do you turn 7 soon? When's your birthday?
January.
January what? Do you know? 30?
No, January 3rd.
3rd. Okay, my birthday's in January too. It's January 20th, so just 17 days after yours. So that's good. Okay, so we're talking about Easter. What do you know about Easter?
I don't know.
You don't know? That's all right. Okay, so do you know Palm Sunday? Have you heard us talk about Palm Sunday?
No.
No? Do you remember in the church where we kind of wave palms? Did you do that with us at all? So Jesus came into Jerusalem, into this big city, and he rode an animal. What animal was it?
Donkey.
A donkey. Are you sure? It wasn't like a camel or a dog?
Donkey.
Was it a dog? Like a big dog?
Donkey.
A donkey. Okay. Yeah, that's probably right. Okay, so he rode a donkey, and the people were shouting Hosanna, and now you know they were waving what?
Leaves.
Yeah, leaves, like palm leaves. Yeah, very good. And so then he goes through the city, and then have you heard of the Last Supper?
No.
You never heard of that? You want to learn about it? So Jesus sat there, and he ate a meal with his disciples, and he ate one thing. What did they eat? Do you remember? We were talking about that. It's kind of a basic food
Oh.
that you eat with sandwiches. What is it?
Bread.
Bread. Yeah, very good. Ate some bread. And if you want to talk into the microphone a little closer there. So, yeah, otherwise we can't hear you. So, but what did they eat?
Bread.
Bread. Yep. And then they had bread and wine, and that was what they did at the Last Supper. And then Jesus washed something of the disciples. Do you remember what he washed?
Feet.
Yeah, he washed their feet. Yeah. Just some of them? Did he wash his own feet, or whose feet did he wash?
Some of them.
Yeah, the people with them, the disciples. Yeah, which is pretty good. Okay, so then Jesus was he set free or was he arrested that night? Do you know?
Arrested.
He was arrested. Yeah, and taken in, and then he had to. What did he drag across the city after he was arrested?
Cross.
Yeah, a cross, because he died on a cross. Yeah. And then there were other guys with them. There were disciples that were watching all of this, and then he died on a cross. Do you know what happened after that? Where he was put after he died?
I don't know.
He was put into something. Big stone. What do we call that? Do you know what we call that? A tomb? Have you ever heard of that? Yep. So he was put in a tomb, Joseph's tomb. And and then after 3 days, they opened up the tomb and Jesus was still there. Is that true? No. After they opened the tomb, what happened?
Jesus wasn't there.
He wasn't there. It was empty, which is crazy. Why was it empty?
Because he was alive.
Yeah, because he was alive. Yep, because he was alive, and they opened it up. He was alive, and then he went, and who did he go see after he was alive?
I don't know.
Yeah, his buddies. We call them disciples. Do you know what disciple means? No, I'm going to teach you today. A disciple simply means a learner. They were learning from Jesus. And so we're disciples because we learn from Jesus. We read about him and we learn the Easter story just like this. And so he went to go talk to his disciples. And so that was pretty cool after he lived. Why did Jesus die? Do you know? No. Yep. He died so that we could be saved. Saved from, do you know what we were saved from?
I don't know.
Our sin. Do you know what sin is?
No.
If we do something wrong. Do you ever do anything wrong?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you do? What are things that you do that might be wrong?
Don't know.
I don't know things. Maybe you get in trouble sometimes. You don't have to share all of it, but sometimes we get in trouble, or maybe we disobey. Maybe we're not kind to our sisters. I don't know. And there are many things that we might do, but we call that sin. It's just when we maybe do things that Jesus doesn't want us to do, or that we shouldn't, and so we're all guilty of sin. We've all fallen, and so He died for our sins so that we can be forgiven from all of that. It's pretty cool, huh? Yeah, good. Anything else you want to add about the Easter story?
No.
What do you like to do on Easter?
I don't know.
You don't know? Do you guys do Easter eggs?
Yeah.
Do they give you any eggs? Or does
Yeah.
your sister take them all? No, you get some too? Yeah, good. What's inside the eggs?
Candy.
Candy
And toys.
and toys? All right. So you'll probably do that again this Easter. Look for eggs. It's good. Awesome. Well, thanks for sharing too. I appreciate you helping us out with the Easter story. You did good. You were saying, when you were sitting over there, you were saying some pretty good stuff. You know a lot about this story, don't you? Yeah. Okay, so what did we talk about? We started talking about some palms, right?
Yeah.
What happens with those? What's that all about?
Wave them.
Yeah, they wave them. Why do they wave them? Do you know? Not sure.
No.
Who was coming into town?
Jesus.
Yeah, Jesus was coming into town. Okay, so as he was coming into town, he was coming on an animal. Do you remember what animal it was?
Donkey.
A donkey?
Yeah.
Are you sure it wasn't a monkey?
No.
No?
Donkey.
It wasn't a bear?
No, a donkey.
Wouldn't that be crazy? Like going on a bear?
Yeah.
Riding on a bear?
Yeah.
Have you ever rode on a donkey before?
No.
No, me neither. That'd be kind of cool. Okay, so Jesus is coming in on a donkey, and they're all waving. What are they waving again? The palms. Yeah, the palm branches. Do you know why they were doing that?
No.
No. I think they were coming. They were really excited to see him because they're like, "Hey, here's our king." Right? And they didn't know what kind of king he would be, but they said, "Here's our king." So that's kind of fun. Okay, so what do you know about the Easter story? What do you think? You can say anything.
I don't remember.
Yeah, that's okay. All right, so Jesus have you ever heard the word disciple? No? Okay. Well, Jesus had disciples. They were like friends that hung out with him. And in this time, they had a meal. They called it the Last Supper. Have you ever heard of that? The Last Supper? So they had a meal together, and Jesus washed I think you said this earlier, didn't you? That Jesus washed their feet. Do you remember that? Yeah. He washed their feet because they were so super dirty. Do your feet ever get dirty? Do they?
And I took a bath.
And you take a bath? Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Do you ever wash your dad's feet? No. That'd be weird.
Yeah.
Do you wash your sister's feet? No. What about your mom's feet? You ever wash her feet? Nobody's. No. Well, it was kind of cool. I've never washed feet before. But Jesus, he washed his disciples' feet because they were really dirty. And it's part of his way of saying...
And he can wash our hearts.
And he can wash our hearts. Yeah. That's really cool. Yeah. That's really cool to think about, isn't it? That we have a clean heart because Jesus does that for us. Can anybody else do that for us?
Yeah.
Just Jesus, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is good. Okay, so do you know what they did with Jesus? Because people started to not like him very much. You remember what they did? Yeah, they arrested him.
Why'd he arrest them?
Why did they arrest him?
Yeah.
Well, because Jesus was... the people didn't like Jesus because he was kind of threatening who they were. A lot of the religious leaders, different leaders, they were like, this Jesus guy, he's becoming more popular than we are. They didn't like that. Isn't that kind of crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah. They were jealous of him. And they knew he was claiming to be God. And we know that Jesus is God. And they didn't like that he was calling himself God. Because they just didn't know. They didn't know who he was. But either way, they arrested him. Do you remember what they did with him? No. Do you remember, anything about the cross?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what did they do?
He laid him down.
Yeah. On a cross?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's super sad, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we put crosses on our heads.
Yeah. So we do that at Ash Wednesday now. We put crosses on our heads right there. Have you ever had that on your head before?
Yeah.
Did you do that last year?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do they put on your head?
Cross.
Do you know what they make the cross with? Is it water?
Yeah.
It's black stuff. What is it? Do you remember?
Sharpie.
Like a Sharpie. That'd be one way to do that. Yeah. I think they use ashes. It's ashes on the forehead. It resembles Christ because we're making that cross. Where else do you see crosses? Do you see crosses ever?
Yeah.
Where do you see them?
I don't know.
Yeah. You ever seen a cross necklace?
Yeah.
Or maybe you've seen the cross on the top of our building? Yeah. Okay. So they put him on a cross, and then he died. What happened after that?
He got a life.
Yeah, he became alive because they put him in a tomb, remember? And then what happened to the tomb? They rolled it open.
He rolled it open, then he got a life.
Yeah, and then he was alive. They were like, where's Jesus? He's not there anymore. He must be alive. And so then he showed himself in front of his friends.
Yeah.
His friends were like, hey, it's Jesus. He's alive. They celebrated. That's pretty cool.
And there was a sad Friday because Jesus died.
Yes, yeah. We call it Good Friday,
Yeah.
when really it's Sad Friday.
Yeah, sad Friday.
It's Sad Friday, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's where we remember that when Jesus did die. And that's okay. You can touch that plant if you want. It's fake. We call it Good Friday. It's kind of weird calling it good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why do you think we call it Good Friday? Do you know? What would you guess? I don't know. Do you think it's because...
Because
Good.
Jesus died.
Yeah, and then what happened after that?
He got a life.
So really, it's kind of a Good Friday because he didn't stay dead. He actually came alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be why they call it Good Friday. I could see that. That makes sense now. Yeah.
Yeah.
What other stories do you know about Jesus?
I don't know.
Yeah. Are you learning about him?
Yeah.
How do you learn about Jesus?
He stays alive.
Yeah, he stays alive. Did he do a lot of miracles?
Yeah.
Do you know some of the miracles that Jesus did? Like, do you remember the story where he fed 5,000 people with fish and bread? Have you heard that? Yeah? Mm-hmm. It's kind of cool. They had no food, and he actually provided a bunch of food for them, which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know anything else? Any other stories about Jesus that you want to share?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's okay. Well, I appreciate you being here and sharing that. If there's nothing else you want to share, then you're done. That was quick. You got right to the story. What grade are you in?
Third.
You're in third grade. What school do you go to?
Sunnyside.
Cool. Do you like it?
Yes.
Tell me about your friends. You have pretty good friends there?
Yeah.
Yeah? What are their names? Some of them.
Owen, Lavea, and Kyler.
Okay. There's kind of either group that you kind of play with and hang out with. What's your favorite thing to do in a school day?
Well, that's gotta be math.
Math?
Yes.
Yeah, my son, he would probably answer the same way. His favorite thing is math. Do you feel like your math comes pretty easy? You like to answer questions and figure out things?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. And then you have a sister?
Yes.
Just one sister?
Yes.
Okay, very good. All right. So we're doing just talking about Easter. You know a little bit about Easter?
Yes.
And what's going on? Okay, cool. So we're kind of talking about Easter and really kind of starting from the beginning. Okay, let's back up. Do you know about Palm Sunday?
Yes.
What happens in Palm Sunday?
It's when Jesus rides the donkey down the street, and then you set palms down so then he can step on the donkey
Yeah.
can step on it.
Yep, you answered a bunch of my questions right there. So Jesus goes into Jerusalem, and they were waving palms too. What were they shouting? Do you remember?
No.
Like, "Here comes Jesus," or "Hosanna." You remember? So they would say, "Hosanna." Do you know what Hosanna means? Not a lot of people might know what that means.
No.
It says, "God save us." And so they're kind of shouting, "God save us" through Hosanna, which is pretty cool. Because the people, they wanted somebody to come and to save them. And so, okay, that's good. So that starts like the week of what we call Holy Week. And so you've got Palm Sunday, Jesus comes in. Do you know what happens after that? Like in between, maybe when he enters Jerusalem and then before like the cross and Easter and all of that.
He has the Last Supper.
Yeah, cool. What do you know about the Last Supper?
That like he said like, this is my body, eat it, and this is my blood, drink it.
Yeah. Do you remember who who was at the table with him?
Yes, his disciples.
His disciples. How many disciples were there? Do you know?
I think 11,
Close.
12.
12. Yeah, very good. Eventually, after Judas, because he was the one who betrayed Jesus, then they went down to 11. So you were kind of right. You had the right idea of that. Okay, so yeah, that was the Last Supper, and so Jesus he broke the bread, and like you just said, which is really good, broke the bread. This is my body given for you. Where else do you hear that? Do you hear that around the church?
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah. Maybe when we do communion, we kind of say that. This is the bread is the body given for you. This is my blood shed for you. There's other things that happened at the Last Supper. Do you remember anything else that happened that night?
Yeah, he said, whoever betrays me, do it now.
Yeah, very good. You got a good memory on that. And you know the story quite well, don't you? Yeah. Do you remember who betrayed him?
You just said it, but I just forgot it.
Yeah, that's okay. Judas. Yeah. There was a disciple that Jesus also told would deny him. Do you remember who that was? Do you remember any of that story?
No.
Okay. Peter. So Peter goes out, which is interesting because Peter really liked Jesus. I mean, he's like almost best friends, kind of like the friends you listed off earlier. He's like, that's who he hung out with. And he looked at Peter and he said, "You're going to deny even knowing me 3 times before something crows." Do you remember this story? Does this ring a bell?
Kind of.
Yeah, before the rooster crows. And then Peter, once Jesus is arrested, Peter actually denies Jesus several times, which is kind of crazy. But I think he was feeling a lot of pressure. So what all did they have for a meal? You think they had like Chick-fil-A or something?
No.
You don't think so?
I'm thinking like maybe turkey or rooster.
Okay. Yeah, I would. What would you pick? Turkey or rooster?
Turkey.
Yeah. Have you eaten rooster before?
No, I haven't.
Me neither. I imagine it'd be pretty good. It'd probably taste like chicken.
Probably tastes like feathers.
That's right. It would probably taste like feathers. I like that. That's good. What other meal? If you had a Last Supper, that sounds morbid, but if you had a Last Supper, if you had like one meal you could pick, what would you pick?
Well, that would be Raisin Canes.
Raisin Canes. All right. You got a Raisin Canes fan. Have you had the one here in town yet?
Yes.
Pretty good. Did you have to wait a long time to get it?
It only actually took like 4 to 5 minutes for
Oh,
us.
that's not bad at all. That's pretty good. Okay. So you'd have Raisin Canes. So it's almost like Jesus took the Raisin Canes and he broke it and he gave it to his disciples. Something like that. And he said, "Take and eat. This is my body." Okay, so that night, what happened that night after the meal? Oh, there was one more thing that happened like kind of in that meal time. Do you remember where Jesus did something with the disciples?
Not exactly.
He washed.
Oh yeah, he washed their heads, I think.
Close. It's the other end of the body.
Their feet.
Wash their feet. You know why he did that?
To remember him.
Yeah, to remember him as a servant. So Jesus washed their feet. Their feet would have been like, they didn't wear shoes like us. They wore like sandals a lot of time. So their feet were like really dirty and really grimy. And so that would have been one of the dirtiest parts of their body is their feet. And so Jesus came down and washed their feet. Has anybody ever washed your feet before?
Not anybody, but something has washed my feet before.
Something has, what's that?
The shower and the bathtub.
There you go. Yeah, the shower has washed your feet. Maybe your parents when you were younger. But sometimes people do that. Remembering that night, they'll wash each other's feet, and that'll happen at maybe different camps or different things. And so maybe when you're a little older, you'll experience something like that too. My feet are super ticklish, so I don't think I would want anybody to touch my feet. Are you ticklish?
Yes.
Are you? You think your feet would probably be too?
Not really.
Oh, okay. You're pretty good. Yeah, my feet are way ticklish, so I don't know if I could do that. Okay, so Jesus washed the feet of the disciples, and then what happened after that?
He died on the cross.
Before that. So that same night as in the supper. So then he was
arrested.
Yeah, he's arrested. Because Judas turned him in, and he received some money for it, which wasn't good. But Judas turned him in. He got arrested, and then he let's see, and then comes the Friday. So we at the church, have you heard of Maundy Thursday? Heard of that day before?
Kind of.
Okay, so that's when we celebrate the Last Supper. We remember the Last Supper and everything that took place. And then there's Friday, and then we call Friday something. Do you know what that's?
Good Friday.
Good Friday, yeah. Which is kind of crazy because what happened on Good Friday?
He died on the cross.
He died on the cross. Why do we call it good?
Because he took away your sins.
Yeah, that's right. Yep, we call it Good Friday. It's not a bad Friday because it's sad that he died and everything that he went through. Do you know what happened to Jesus? So before he died, he was arrested, and do you know what they did to him?
Yeah. They asked like the people which one should die on the cross, this guy or Jesus.
Yeah.
And they all choose Jesus.
Yeah. Do you remember the other guy's name?
Not quite.
Barabbas. So he was a criminal. I mean, he actually, he broke the law. He was a criminal. He wasn't a good guy. Why do you think the people would choose Jesus over a criminal like Barabbas in that time?
Because like you don't want criminals in the world.
Yeah, I mean that's why I would choose Barabbas to he's got to pay his price, but they chose Jesus to die on the cross and to set free Barabbas. Why would they do that? Do you know why the people would choose to do that?
So that he will keep away our sins.
Yeah, I mean that's ultimately what happened. So if they're smart enough, they're like, yeah, Jesus can die on the cross, but they didn't know that. I think they thought Jesus was fake, and he wasn't really the Messiah and the leader that they were looking for. Yeah, but regardless, they chose Barabbas to be set free, and Jesus to die on the cross. And so then he dies there on the cross. There was one. This is a pop quiz. I don't know if you know this. I didn't share it with anybody. There's one disciple that was with Jesus when he died on the cross. Do you know who it was?
No.
Would you guess? Just take a guess. Do you know some of the names of the disciples?
I only know one.
Which one?
Peter.
Okay, do you know the names of some of the First Testament books? Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John? You familiar with those? Okay, I'll give you a hint. It's one of those names. Which one would you pick?
Matthew.
No.
Dang.
I know. Dang it. It was John. Yep. So Matthew was good, though. Do you remember what Matthew did for a job?
He was a fisherman.
No, John was, and Peter was. Matthew was a tax collector. I remember that. Matthew was a tax collector. the book of Mark, Mark wasn't actually a disciple, but he wrote for Peter. And so when we read the Gospel of Mark, that was actually from Peter's perspective of the gospel, which is cool. But anyway, so Jesus dies on the cross, and then there's John. He's the only disciple that really stayed with Jesus, because everybody else, they were afraid. They ran, and they weren't sure what was going to happen. But did Jesus stay dead?
No.
No. What happened?
He rose again.
Yeah. After how many days?
I believe 4.
Close.
3.
3 days. Yep. Yeah. He rose in 3 days. And who found him first? I wonder.
It was 3 disciples. I can't remember their names though.
Yeah. There was, I know Mary. She was one that was there. She wasn't one of the 12 disciples, but she followed Jesus around a lot. So that wouldn't be Mary, his mom. It'd be a different Mary. And so she came to the tomb. That's where she saw an angel. And the angel's like, it's empty. And then she looks in. She's like, what? And then there were 2 disciples. It's really funny because it says in the book of John, it says that Peter and John, they raced to the tomb. And one of them won. Do you know who won the race? Guess who won the race?
Let me guess. Peter.
No. Yeah, no, that's all right. Yeah, it was John. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I mean, you're guessing, but it was John. John writes it in there. He says he's basically the one. I don't know why he wrote that in the Bible, but he did. He's like, I got to tell people I beat Peter in a foot race. Would you do that if you were writing in the Bible? You're like, real quick note, I had a race with one of my buddies and I won.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I would do that too. And so John and Peter, they ran to the tomb after Mary had seen that the tomb was empty, and then poof, they were like, it's empty. I'm guessing. Would you guess that if they saw the empty tomb, some people thought like Jesus was stolen, or like they didn't know he walked out right away, and so would you be confused? Like, wouldn't that be kind of confusing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Much.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that would be kind of confusing to see an empty tomb. But they did, nonetheless, and it was empty. And so then Jesus came back and said, what do you think is the first thing Jesus said to him when he saw the disciples again?
Do not be afraid.
Yeah, probably. He said, hey, it's me. Like, don't be afraid. That's who else says do not be afraid throughout the Bible? Do you know?
The angels?
Yeah, the angels. You know why I think they did that?
Why?
Because the angels were kind of scary looking. Yeah. They weren't that picture of like, you got the halo and white, beautiful angels. They actually had like so many eyes. And yeah, I know. I'll show you a picture of one. It's kind of crazy. But they were probably like, and they were so majestic and angelic and something they'd never seen before. And so they probably came up to these people and like, no, don't be afraid. We're good. We're messengers of God. That's what angel means. Messenger of God, which is kind of cool. So, okay, so we celebrate Easter. So what do you like to do around Easter?
Usually the Easter Bunny gives us a scavenger hunt to find major toys that we really like.
Nice. Major toys that you really like. That's cool. Do you have toys picked out that you like?
A lot of times, yes.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, good. Do you have a bunch of family come over?
Only, well, if you don't count the people who do live in the house, then there would be one other one.
Okay, very good. You guys come over and do you like eat food?
Well, we usually do that after the scavenger hunt.
Okay, yep. Because it's a big scavenger hunt. Probably get hungry after that.
It's literally all around the house.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. I used to do that. It would actually take us around the house and outside. And I remember one time we had to dig kind of a hole for something because dug something up, which was kind of cool. So that's good. Okay, anything else about the Easter story that you want to share?
Not much.
Yeah, that's good. You did a good job kind of sharing that story, and you know a lot about it. And so it's really cool, and you hit the main point. Why did Jesus die for us?
To save us from sins.
To save us from our sins. Yep, because he had to. somebody had to pay the price for us being, we're not perfect and we make mistakes and we sin sometimes. And Jesus paid that price for us. Okay, so we're talking about Easter. So there's a day that comes before Easter. It's called Palm Sunday, right? And it's where Jesus comes into Jerusalem and they wave a bunch of things. Do you know what they wave? Do they wave like tree branches?
No.
Do they wave like towels?
No.
What do they wave?
They wave palms.
Palms. Yeah. Okay. Palm branches. That's right. I remember now. And so they wave palm branches because Jesus is coming into town and he is riding a giraffe.
No.
No. What's he riding?
A donkey.
He's riding a donkey. That's right. So pop quiz. I don't know if you knew, a donkey represents peace. And so he's riding a donkey because he's showing him that, hey, I come in peace. Because when you came in on a horse, that means war. Have I ever told you that before?
No.
No. Yeah. And so, but he came in on a donkey. And so that was good. And so then he comes in, and are the people pretty excited?
Yes.
Yeah, they're pretty excited. What's the word? Do you remember the word they say when they're like waving their palm branches? Like, Hosanna. Yeah, it means God save us. So they're waving Hosanna because they believe here comes our king. Here comes the guy that's going to fight a battle. That's what they wanted. Remember?
No.
Yeah, well, Jesus wasn't going to do that. So they get, they go through with their branches, and then let's see what happens after that. Oh, they have a meal, a Last Supper. Do you remember any of that story? Where the disciples are sitting around the table, and then Jesus is eating something with them. Do you remember what he was eating?
Bread and wine.
Bread and wine, and he gave them the bread. He said, "This bread is." Do you know what it represented? What it was?
Body.
What he was telling them? Yeah.
His body.
He said, "This is my body," and the wine is what?
Blood.
His blood. So he said, he broke the bread and gave it to them and said, "This is my body, given for you. Do this in remembrance of me." And he took the cup. He said, "This cup is my blood." He said, "Drink this and do this in remembrance of me." And so then on that same night, Jesus washed the disciples' hair. Did he wash their hair?
No.
Did he wash their fingernails?
No.
Because they had painted nails maybe or something?
No.
What did he wash?
Their feet.
Their feet. That's it. Okay. So he washed their feet. And do you know why he did that?
No.
To show them that this is what a servant does. And he wanted to make sure that they knew that he came to serve them. And to remind them of that. And he said, "You guys will be washing more feet." Could you wash somebody's feet?
No.
Do you want to wash mine?
No.
No. That's right. You don't want to do that. Okay, that's fine. I'll wash your feet.
No.
No, I did. You were such a little girl.
No.
Not anymore, though. I don't wash your feet. You can wash your own feet. Okay, so after that, what happened on that night?
Jesus died on the cross.
Not yet. Before that, though, the Romans came, and what'd they do?
They arrested him.
Yes, they arrested him. And then he was arrested, and then he went on trial. Remember that? Yep, and then there was another guy on trial. Do you remember his name? It's kind of a hard name.
No.
Oh, Josiah Queen has a song with this guy's name.
No.
Barabbas. Do you know that song?
Yeah.
I Am Barabbas?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was the other guy. So it was Jesus and Barabbas. And the people said, "We don't want to set Jesus free." They said, "Crucify him and set Barabbas free." And so they did. They freed Barabbas, which wasn't very fair, was it?
No.
No, because Jesus didn't really do anything. But he claimed to be God, because he was. Okay, then what happened after that?
He died on the cross.
Yep, he took his cross, and they nailed him to the cross, and he died on the cross. Okay, I have a pop quiz for you. All right? There was only one disciple out of all 12, and not everybody knows this, and that's okay. Out of all 12 disciples, there's only one disciple that was with Jesus when he died. Do you know who that was?
John?
Yes, it was John. Good job. Yep, it was John. And so John was with them. So was Nicodemus. He was with him too. We know Nicodemus, don't we? Yep. And so they were with him. They put him in the tomb, they closed the tomb, and then Jesus laid there forever.
No.
No, what happened after that?
After that, Mary came to the tomb, and then an angel showed up and said Jesus is alive.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, it showed up and said, Jesus is alive. And Mary's like, what? You got to be kidding me. And she said, no way, dude, show me. And then he was like, look. And she saw nothing in there. So that was pretty cool. And then there were two disciples that ran to the tomb quickly. Do you remember which two they were?
No.
John and Peter. They ran. Here's another pop quiz that not everybody knows, but it's in the Bible. They raced to the tomb, and there's only one person who won the race.
John?
Yeah, and John wrote about it in his book, and so we all know that John was faster than Peter, which is kind of funny. So they saw him, and then Jesus came back and saw his disciples again, and he said, I'm alive. And then the disciples were like, that's awesome. But there's one disciple that maybe didn't believe him at first. He wasn't really sure. Do you know who that was?
Thomas?
Yeah, it was Thomas. He said, I don't know, Jesus. Like, I got to feel your hands. And Jesus like, here, touch him. So he touched his hands and he saw his wounds. And then Thomas believed at that point. So it's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yes.
Why did Jesus die?
To save our sins?
To save us from our sins. Yep. So he had to die so we would be saved. And then because of that, we resurrect to new life too, and we can live eternally. The end?
No.
No, the story goes on, and we continue until we all get to be with Jesus someday. Very good. Anything else you want to add?
No.
No. All right, you did really good. That's all. That's pretty good, wasn't it?
Yes.
Pretty easy?
Yes.
All right, very good. Thanks for coming. What grade are you in?
4th.
4th grade. What school do you go to?
Siouxland Christian.
I know. That's where my kids go. Do you ever see Joel there or Hannah?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I saw you in the parking lot.
Do you see me in the parking lot? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. A lot of times I'm either dropping off or picking up. I don't pick up every day, but let's start from what I would call not the beginning, but kind of a weekend before Easter, Palm Sunday. And so what do we know about Palm Sunday?
I don't know if it was the Last Supper or like when everybody like said that like Hosanna.
Yeah.
Or the palm trees. They waved palm trees and said like Hosanna
Yeah, that was it.
to honor him.
So the Last Supper will come later, but yeah, that's where they waved palm trees and shouted Hosanna. Do you know what that means? Do you know what Hosanna means?
Praise God?
Close.
I don't know.
God is in there. It's God save us. Yeah, and so they're really shouting like God save us because they thought Jesus was going to come and take over the government. They thought Jesus was going to be like a warrior, like a battle guy, like King David. You know,
Yeah.
if you know a little bit about King David. So they were like, "Come save us and beat the Romans because we don't like them." So that's literally what they said. But so they waved palms, and what did Jesus ride in on? Do you know?
A donkey.
Yes. And do you know what some of these? Like I said, if you don't know the answer, that's fine. But it's a good time to learn. Do you know what a donkey riding in on a donkey meant?
No.
Yeah, it means he comes in peace. And so when a leader of a country or something would come in on a horse, that would mean like war, like I'm waging war. And but that wasn't Jesus. He came for peace, and so he came in on a donkey. And so the people, as they're waving their palms, they're probably like confused because they're like, "Why is he coming in on a donkey? We want him to fight the Romans." And again, they probably said it just like that too. So maybe, but yeah, good. So Jesus comes in on the donkey, and they're shouting Hosanna, come save us. What happens after that in some of the days that follow?
Well, and then I think they have the Last Supper.
Yeah, a few
and
days later. Yep.
he said, the the wine is my blood shed for you, and
Yeah.
the bread is a piece of my body.
Yeah, you're very smart. You got that down, don't you? You got a good memory. Yeah, he sat down with the people who was on the table with him, or at the table with him.
His 12 disciples.
Yes, yep, the disciples were there, and he broke bread. You might hear us say that sometimes in church, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, on the night in which he was betrayed, and so that happened. He broke bread and he gave it to his disciples, said, "Take and eat." As you just said, this is my body given for you. This is my blood shed for you. And so, but there's one who betrayed him that night. Do you know who that was?
Judas.
Yes, very good. It was Judas. And so Jesus kind of called it out on that night. He said, one of you is going to betray me. He also said, one of you is going to deny me 3 times. Do you remember who that was? Do you know that part of the story?
No, I do not.
Yeah, there's a disciple. We'll do a guessing game. Guess which disciple. Do you know some of the names of the disciples?
Yeah.
Okay, so Jesus looked at a disciple and said, you're going to deny knowing me like 3 times this night before the rooster crows. Which disciple was that?
Because there's 2 Judases, maybe the other Judas.
Maybe the other both Judases were just bad. No, it wasn't the other Judas, but that's good. There were 2 Judases. So it wasn't Judas. It was another disciple. He was a fisherman.
I don't know the disciples that much.
That's all right. Do you remember the name Peter?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Peter. So Jesus told Peter, you're going to deny me 3 times. And Peter's like, no way. He's like, yeah, way. You're going to do that. And so he did. And so, because he was afraid after Jesus was arrested. And so, so they ate, what do you think they ate that night? Like Culver's or?
The bread and the wine.
Oh, the bread and wine. Where do you think they got them?
Wait, what?
I don't know.
They
Yeah.
they got it from. Actually, I might just be guessing on this, but Jesus might have made wine.
Maybe. I actually don't know where they got them.
I don't either.
Yeah, that's right. If I were to guess. Yeah, I don't know. The wine was probably made special for him because it was Passover, so it was a special meal. And I don't know where they would have got the bread, but they got it somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, they just brought it with them. So, yeah, okay. So they had the bread and the wine. Okay, what else happened that night? There was something else that Jesus did for the disciples that night. Do you remember? I can give you a hint if you need.
I want to.
You want a hint? All right. Has to do with washing.
He washed their feet.
Yeah, he washed their feet. Do you know why he would do that?
Because that he taught them how to like. Oh, okay. So because Jesus was gonna die, because he knew he was gonna die, he told the disciples all of that, and he said, like, you're gonna take over, and I'm gonna send somebody to help you.
Yeah.
And he said, I'm gonna teach you how to serve, and then he started washing their feet.
Yeah, very good. Yep, he was just showing them servanthood, because feet would have been pretty bad at that time because they didn't wear shoes like ours. They wore sandals or walked around barefoot, and so they were like really dirty. And so, how would you feel about washing feet of like really dirty feet?
That'd be gross.
That would be gross. That's right. But Jesus did it for all of them, and I bet they were kind of confused by that. In fact, Peter told him. I don't know if you remember what Peter responded. He said, "I should be washing your feet." And Jesus said, "No, I have to do this," and to show him that he was a servant, which is good. Good answer. That's good. Okay, so then we already talked about who denied or who betrayed him, right? And so that was Judas. Do you remember what Judas received for betraying him, for turning his name in?
Money.
Yeah, he received money. So basically, religious leaders said, "Hey, we'll give you this much money if you let us know where Jesus is."
Yeah.
Yeah, and so he went and got authorities. They came and they arrested Jesus. When they arrested him, there's an account. Do you remember? There was a disciple who drew a sword. Did you hear about that?
No.
Yeah, when they came, Peter drew his sword and he cut off. Do you know what he did with it? He cut off the ear of a Roman soldier.
Ooh.
I know, isn't that gross?
Yeah.
But Jesus healed it like right away, like that, which is kind of crazy, isn't it?
Because that those soldiers were trying to arrest him, and Jesus did good things for them.
Yeah, absolutely. He did good things for him. He didn't want, again, he wanted peace, and he knew that this had to happen. And so he told Peter, he's like, put your sword away. And so Peter did. And And then the disciples kind of ran from there because Jesus was arrested. Okay, so let's go the day after that. Do you know what kind of took place before his death on the cross? Do you know what kind of happened after that?
Like after the dying or
After he was arrested.
well, then they just like they went like to somewhere, and then they started like spitting on him and mocking him,
Yeah.
and they put the crown on him, and then yeah.
Super sad. I heard the crown, some that we see him like kind of a halo
Yeah.
looking thing. I've heard that the crown actually would have looked more like a helmet, like a big helmet of thorns. And so it would have been just this like more of a helmet, not just this kind of lace here.
Oh, and all the stories they say like
Oh.
it's like a
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of what we see. And I even have a crown. Oh, it's not here. It's somewhere else. But I even have like a cool crown that's just like regular. But I heard in those days, the historians will kind of look at this and see this, that it was probably more like an actual helmet that they would have just placed on his head, which would have been so
Worse.
painful. Yeah, a lot worse. Yeah. So yeah, they whipped him. They spit on him. I mean, that's crazy. And that Jesus still, he loved them and he died for them. Mm-hmm. And so then what happens after that?
well, and then they made him carry the cross to where it was supposed to be, and Jesus couldn't do it, so they made one of his the soldier servants to go help him.
Good for you. Yeah, that's good. Do you remember his name?
No.
Oh, I have to think. I think his name was Simon. I can't remember. I'd have to look
Isn't
that up.
that like one of the disciples?
Yeah, it is. Simon Peter. And so Peter's name was Simon. It was the same. But I think that I'd have to look at that again. So I'm not sure. But anyway, yes, very good. He had they had a soldier helper help him to carry the cross. Because I would imagine he'd be so weak. And that cross would have probably been a pretty big cross carrying through town.
Bigger than the other two crosses.
Yeah, yeah. So that's good. So then he carries the cross. They nail him to the cross. Do you know how many nails?
4. No,
3.
3.
Yeah, good. 2, one in each palm, and I think one in the foot that drives through there. And so, what do you know what happened like in that cross scene? That's one that I don't think many people talk about as much. But what happened in that cross? So Jesus on the cross, and there's how many other guys there?
He brought his friends, and there were other people mocking him, saying like, if you're the God, if you're the Son of God, then why don't you just save yourselves? But Jesus knew that he had to die for their sins.
Yeah. You're right. One of the other soldiers on the cross next to him said, yeah, if you're the Son of God, then save yourself. And but then there was another guy on the cross next to him that basically said, it's like, dude, you can't, like, he didn't do anything wrong. and Jesus didn't do anything wrong. And so, but then Jesus says something that's really cool. I don't know if you remember this. He said, Lord, forgive them, for they know not what they're doing.
He said, yeah.
Yeah. Which then you think about everything that went through, like they spit on him, they beat him, they whipped him, and here's this other guy giving him a hard time. And even with all that, Jesus, like, forgive them, for they know not what they're doing. I think that's really cool, really powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so then Jesus dies that night. Have you ever heard of some of the last words that he said?
I don't know, but
Yeah, maybe.
his final breath was at like night.
Yeah, yep. He said, it is finished, and took his last breath. Then what'd they do with him after that?
Then there was this guy named Joseph, and they had to have a Roman opinion, and he asked the Roman because Joseph had his own tomb, and he asked the Roman if he could put Jesus in his tomb, and so the Roman said yeah, and then so Joseph put him in his tomb.
Yeah. Yep. And so he laid in the tomb there. Okay, I have a pop quiz for you. You ready? There was one disciple out of the 12 disciples, like they all ran, but there was one disciple who was actually there for the death of Jesus. Do you know who it is?
Peter. No,
Nope.
Simon.
Nope. Simon Peter is the same guy. One disciple.
I don't know.
You want a hint? I'll give you a hint. You know the first 4 books of the New Testament? Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Okay. The name is in there. One of those.
John.
Yes. Very good. It was John. He was the one that was with Jesus, and he and Nicodemus. Do you remember Nicodemus? He was a religious leader that eventually came to know Jesus. And,
yeah.
And
I think I
he helped
remember
him. Yeah, he helped him down from the cross and put him into the tomb. And so then Jesus lay there in the tomb. What happened after that?
3 days later, he rose again, and Mary, and I think it was another Mary too.
Yeah. Yep.
They were going to put perfume on him to make him smell good, because that's what they did back in the olden days.
Yeah.
And they saw the rock removed, and they went in there, and they didn't find Jesus.
Yeah.
And so they were going to tell Simon Peter, and
Yep.
they were going to tell him. The girls were on their way to tell them,
Yeah.
and they all saw Jesus again.
Yep. Then eventually they all saw Jesus. But yeah, before that, they went to the tomb and it was empty. It's gone. Nobody there. This is kind of a fun fact. I have another pop quiz for you if you're ready for it. So they're kind of not as known things of the Bible, but I think they're fun. So in the Gospel of John, it says the 2 disciples, they actually raced to the tomb, and they actually said who won the race. So it was John and Peter that raced. Out of those 2, who do you think won?
John.
Yes. Good job. Yeah, John, which is kind of funny. He wrote that in his gospel. He had to say, we ran to the tomb to see Jesus, but I beat him in a foot race. And so how would you like that if you had your name in the Bible and it was because you lost a race?
That'd be kind of sad.
It'd be kind of sad. I know. That'd be, but that's how he did it. I think it's funny that he added that into the Bible, but he did. Yeah. And so, yeah, John and Peter, they ran to the tomb and saw it's empty. And then at home, when they were all in their home, Jesus came to him and showed him his hands to kind of prove that it was him and that he was alive. And so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and there was like one Thomas that wasn't there, and then the other disciples told him about how Jesus is alive, and he said, I don't believe it if he doesn't show me. And so, he showed Thomas, and then he started believing.
Yeah, good job. That's a big part of the story that, Jesus came and first to the one disciples, and Thomas wasn't there at that time. That would have been a bummer. If you came back and everybody's like, Jesus came back and he wasn't there. He's like, what? I missed it. But he didn't believe at first. And so Jesus said, come feel my hands. And then he believed. And so that's good. Anything else from the story that you can remember? You got a good memory.
Yeah, I think that's like all I remember.
Yeah, no, that's a lot. That's good. And so kind of the big question, why did all this happen? Why did Jesus die for us?
To save our sins, because we all had sin, and he's like, God just said, like, you know, like, you have to die for their sins. And
yeah, because somebody had to pay the price for our sins. And so it was Jesus, who is God. And so there he goes. He died for our sins. And so we celebrate that now. What do you guys do on Easter? What do you do to celebrate?
Well, we usually go out to eat or something.
Okay.
And we pick up our Easter eggs that the Easter Bunny leaves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Very good. You have fun doing that? What's in the eggs? You get candy or something? Or
they're all candy, and most of them are jelly beans.
Oh, nice. Yeah, good. You like jelly beans?
Ish. Like, I only like some flavors.
Okay, which ones?
The blue, the red, and the purple.
Yeah.
Or something.
Those are good. My favorites are red and purple, for sure. In fact, I love grape in general, so my kids give me all the grape ones if they have them. So that's kind of cool. Okay. Well, thank you. You know a lot about the story, and so that was fun to be able to talk with you. You're very smart and in knowing that. So thank you for sharing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. What happens on Palm Sunday?
Jesus comes to the city.
Oh yeah, the city. Do you remember what the city's called?
I forgot.
Was it maybe Jerusalem?
Yeah.
Does that sound familiar? Yeah. What? Why do they use palms? Do you know?
Because they were waving them around because they were happy because Jesus was in the city.
Yeah, he was entering the city. That's pretty cool. What if we did that here, like when we were excited about somebody coming, we're like waving
Yeah.
palms, or when like your mom and dad come home, you can wave
Yeah.
palms to them. That's right. So next time, Palm Sunday, you could take the palms home and then start waving the palms. So, did all the people stay really happy that Jesus was there?
Yes.
Yeah, while he was there and walking in. What did he travel in on? Was it a
Donkey.
monkey? Oh, a donkey. Okay, yeah, traveled in on a donkey. It wasn't a horse.
No.
No. Okay, it was a donkey, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, traveled in on a donkey. Okay, and then let's see what happens after that. As we're thinking about Palm Sunday, what are some of the things that happen after that? You remember? No. Let's see. I think they. Well, Jesus has a meal with his disciples. The last dinner.
Yeah.
The Last Supper. Is that it? Yeah, that's good. What do you think they ate at the Last Supper?
Fish, bread. And I don't really know.
I was thinking like Chick-fil-A. Do you think they did that?
No.
No? Why?
Well, when I was in the car and I said almost ravioli.
Ravioli. I bet Jesus would have liked ravioli.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, do you think he was
About to say
SpaghettiOs? SpaghettiOs are my favorite.
Yeah, they're the best.
Yeah. Do you ever put hot dogs in them? Okay, no. I cut up. Do you like hot dogs? Yeah. Okay. You like SpaghettiOs? Just put them together. I cut up hot dogs and I put them in SpaghettiOs, and it's really good. But you know what's cool about SpaghettiOs? You can open up the can and you don't even have to heat it up. Just eat it out of the can. That's what I did.
Sometimes
in college.
I just open it and then put it in a bowl and not even do it in the microwave.
Yeah. So you eat them cold.
Yeah.
I think SpaghettiOs cold are really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if I put hot dogs, I heat them up.
Yeah.
All that to say, I don't think Jesus was eating raviolis.
Yeah,
I think
he
you got it
wouldn't
right. Whereas fish and bread and
Yeah.
and all that. Okay,
Lettuce.
That's good. Lettuce. You think they had a salad? Yeah, with croutons. I would say olives, green olives.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then shared it with his disciples. Yeah, with jalapenos.
Well, one time, Dad tricked me with a jalapeno, and he told me to eat this pickle, but it was a jalapeno.
Oh no! Did it burn your mouth?
No, I
No.
didn't even cry.
You didn't even cry?
No.
Do you like jalapenos now? No. you didn't
After
like
he
that.
did that, I ain't falling for that anymore.
No, you're not. So with the Last Supper, do you remember what happened that night? Do you know that story? Like what Jesus did or different things that happened at that meal?
He told him to drink his blood.
Yeah, the wine. He kind of gave the wine and he said, "This is my blood shed for you." Yeah. And the bread, what did the bread represent? Do you remember? His thumb,
His
his body.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, represent his body. And so he also did something else. He like washed the disciples in some way.
He washed their hearts.
Yeah, okay, kind of cleansed their hearts. That's a
Yeah.
good, yeah. And then physically, he washed their feet. Do you remember that part of the story? Yeah, it's really cool. Yeah, he washed their feet because that was one of the most like dirty parts of them. Because they actually, in those times, they walked around like barefoot or with sandals, and their feet got really dirty.
That's my feet sometimes.
That's great. Yeah, well, that's true. Our feet can get a little bit dirty.
Yeah.
So they were like way dirty, like caked in mud and dirt. And
Yeah, that's
is
mine.
that your feet? Yeah,
Yes.
you walk
Even
around.
like Dad's. Dad's are more disgusting than mine.
All right, that's good. I'm glad we got that on tape.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah. And so, do you ever wash your dad's feet? No. What would it be like? Have you washed anybody's feet?
I've washed Mom's.
Yeah.
Like in the shower, sometimes I wash her feet.
Okay, yeah. And so Jesus washed the disciples' feet. Do you know that? All the disciples right there. And he did that because he was showing them what it meant to be a servant. That's pretty nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
To go around and wash their feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Okay, so then after dinner, do you remember what happened to Jesus? It was kind of bad.
Yeah, it was kind of like a sad time.
Yeah.
He like died.
Yeah, and before that, though, they arrested Jesus.
Why?
See, I always wondered that too. Yeah, why would they arrest Jesus? Well, because Jesus was,
Well, he was like really good guy.
yeah, he was.
He was like good.
And he
But-
helped people.
Yeah, he helped people.
He healed them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I think that's what the disciples would have said too. I
And
mean, why would they arrest him?
I don't really know.
Yeah. Well, I think the religious leaders of that time.
Well, in the morning, they looked in the where Jesus was in there, but when they took the rock off, Jesus wasn't in there.
He was gone?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Uh-huh.
What happened to him?
He pushed the rock.
Okay. Was he dead still?
No.
No. He was alive? Wow. What did they do when they heard that?
They were kind of like mad.
Yeah, but the people that, like the disciples, were they excited?
Yeah, they were excited.
They were really excited.
Yeah.
Do you remember who the first person to see that the tomb was empty?
I don't remember those two girls.
Yeah, but it was Mary.
Mary
Yeah,
and
yeah. And then John and Peter went to run towards the tomb too.
yeah.
And you know what it says in the Gospel in John, the book of John?
No.
John wrote that he made a point to say he and Peter were racing to the tomb, and John's like, but I was faster. I beat him to the tomb. Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My cousin Riken
Yeah.
beats me all the time in a race.
Does he?
At Grandma and Grandpa's.
Yeah. Could you imagine if he wrote about that and then like thousands of years later, millions of people are just seeing like, yeah, she was always bad at running.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so that's pretty cool though. I mean, tomb was
Yeah.
empty. That's a miracle.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, you know what they did afterwards? Did he like come back and talk to people?
Yeah.
He did? That's cool. Do you know what he said? No. I imagine he would say something like this.
Like nice stuff to
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, nice stuff. Or like, hey, do you guys remember when we hung out that one night we had Chick-fil-A? Or fish and bread and or
Ravioli,
SpaghettiOs. Raviolis. Right, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I remember when we had that. That was really cool. Keep doing that. I bet he said something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be good. No, he came to his disciples and he basically said, hey, it's me. I'm here. It's Jesus. And then there was one disciple named Thomas. Have you heard of this guy?
No.
Okay. He came up to Jesus and he was like, I don't know if that's you. You got to prove it. He did. He's like, I want to see the holes because you remember he was nailed to the cross.
Oh yeah. He was
Yeah.
like, his hands were like nailed there.
Yep.
And then his feet were like this.
Yes. Yep. So hands and feet. So Thomas came and said basically like, I don't believe that was you, Jesus. And Jesus said, look. He said he want to see the holes, and so he touched his hand. Of course, they were probably healed over or something, but they were holes in there. And then he believed. It's like, that's really you, Jesus.
Yeah, that's really you.
Yeah, I know. And so that was cool.
Yeah.
And then he told his disciples, I don't know if you've ever heard this before, but he told his disciples, he's like, all authority has been given to me now. Like he's all powerful because he's God. And he rose from the dead. And he said, so now go out and make disciples. And so tell people about me.
Tell people about me that I've been good to people.
Yeah. That I saved your life.
Yeah.
Yeah. That kind of sums up the Easter story, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like as we're thinking about Easter.
Yeah.
Like, how would you say, okay, so all of that, if you were to tell somebody about, like, if somebody were like, what's Easter? Like, I don't know who Jesus is. I don't know what Easter is. What would you say?
It's okay
Yeah, that's a good start. Be like, that's okay that you don't know that.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I'll show you.
Yeah, I'll show you. Here's the story.
Yeah, here's
You
the
know,
story about it.
Jesus came with
Yeah.
palms, and he ate dinner. He ate Chick-fil-A and raviolis with his friends. And then he was arrested because he was nice, which is kind of strange. And
And then he was out of the thing.
it died on the cross first, and then he rose and he was out of the tomb where they thought he would be. And then John beat Peter in a race. Remember that part? John beat Peter, and then the tomb was empty, and poof, there's Jesus. He's alive.
There's Jesus.
Yeah, right.
How would he get out?
It's a
There's
good
like-
question.
There's like no thing to like help him get out.
Of the tomb?
Probably he was like really strong and then he like pushed it really hard.
Oh, you think Jesus did?
Yeah.
Think he just kind of like rolled it from inside?
Yeah.
That's one idea. How else could he?
If he like brought a hammer or something.
Kind of chip away at it?
Bang, bang.
Or he got a big tractor?
Oh
You
yeah.
think they had big tractors back then?
No.
You don't think so? To like kind of push it, like maybe one of his disciples got on the tractor and just like push it away.
Without the people like seeing him do it.
That'd be
In the
pretty
middle
hard to
of
get
the
away
night.
with, wouldn't it?
They were at home and then it was the middle of the night and then their friend came over with a tractor and brrr, the thing came off.
I think that could happen. Yeah, if they had tractors then.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe not though. I think I heard that it was angels that pushed
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it was angels.
Yeah, I think so. They would be strong enough to be able to do that, to roll the stone away.
What was that thing called again? Monday.
Maundy Thursday.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Monday.
Do you know what that is?
It's kind of like a saddest day.
Yeah, so we've got Palm Sunday, like we talked about.
Yeah.
Right? That's Sunday.
Yeah.
And then Maundy Thursday, which sounds like Monday Thursday.
Yeah.
It's confusing. Which is it? Monday or is it Thursday?
I think it's both.
I think it's both.
Yeah.
That's right. It's pretty close.
On Monday, it's
On
like
Monday, it's
Thursday.
That's right. Monday, some people say. Monday, Thursday. That is when we celebrate the Lord's Supper, the meal, the raviolis,
Where we had raviolis,
spaghettios
spaghettios,
with hot dogs.
yeah, with hot dogs, and we had
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A,
Right. So that's Monday, Thursday.
and
then
bread and
bread
fish.
and fish, probably more realistically, bread and fish.
And lettuce.
And then the next day, Friday, do you know what we call that?
What?
Good Friday.
Yeah, but it was like kind of sad.
It's Sad Friday.
Cause Jesus died on that day.
Yeah. That's the day he died. Yeah. Have you been to a Good Friday service here before?
No.
I don't know if you've ever been. Yeah. It's pretty meaningful, pretty special. But it's kind of hard because it's like Jesus' funeral. Yeah, which is very sad. But we don't have to stay sad because we know what happens.
Jesus comes back to
He
life.
comes back to life. Poof. He shows Thomas. He's like, look, I'm alive. I'm here.
Like I'm alive
So
from
go-
heaven.
That's right. So go tell people about me. Don't just stand there. Go.
Don't just stand there and act like I'm a different person.
Right, exactly. Yeah. I like the way you think. That's good. Okay, anything else that we're missing from the story? You've done really good.
What is that thing again? Where it's like, it's like a day that we haven't talked about.
Easter?
No, not Easter.
We've talked about that. Oh, Ash Wednesday?
Oh yeah.
Are you okay? There's a whole another thing.
And then there's like one more, I think, or like
Lent? Maybe you're thinking Lent
Oh, yeah.
services? Yeah.
Lent.
What do you know about Ash Wednesday?
I don't really know.
Yeah. I think it's when, do you ever see people that have like a black cross on their head?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, have you done that before?
Yeah.
Yeah. You were probably here last year at that service
Yeah.
where we come up forward and we put ashes.
Yeah, which is crosses.
Why do we do that?
Cause Jesus loves us and he cares about us
Yeah.
and he saves us.
Yeah. It's kind of a mark of being saved, right? It's the mark of the cross that we have on there. And ashes remind us in Genesis, in the book of Genesis. Do you know where that book is?
No.
Okay, it's the very first book of the Bible. Genesis, number 1. And at the very beginning of Genesis, God talks about that we are formed from dust. And that word can also mean ash. We are formed from dust. That he created us. He picked up dirt and he goes, and he made humans like a snow angel. You know, do you do snow angels?
That's what I do.
That's right. You can make a dirt angel.
Dirt angel.
Dirt. You took dirt, formed us out of dirt, and to dirt we shall return. To dust we shall return, to ash. And so that ash is a reminder that of the death that we experience, but also the new life that we experience. And so that's pretty cool. So that marks the very beginning. Ash Wednesday's in a couple weeks.
Yeah, it is.
Yep. And then it's just a handful of weeks before we get
And
to Easter.
Easter is coming up.
Easter's coming. It's coming soon. Yeah. Okay, well, I think that's good. Thanks for talking with me. That's fun.
Yeah.
That's cool. You want to do it again sometime?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's fun. All right, very good. Let's go find your sister. Well, it was awesome to be able to sit down with the kids and hear the Easter story from their perspective. I'm thoughtful of many things when I hear that. First, it's a huge shout out to you as parents that you continue to teach your kids the instructions, and through Sunday school that we're able to kind of come and help and encourage the different things that took place around the Easter story. But I'm reminded of this, parents, as we think about this with our kids. In Deuteronomy chapter 6, it says, these commandments that I give you today are to be upon your hearts. Impress them on your children. Talk about them when you sit at home and when you walk alongside the road, when you lie down and when you get up. Tie them as symbols on your hands and bind them on your foreheads. Write them on the door frames of your houses and on your gates. This is a great reminder for us, especially as parents and as grandparents, that what we tell our kids, what we continue to teach them, the scriptures, the accounts of Jesus, and especially the Easter story, that is so important. That is our job as parents. And so continue to ask questions to your kids. Continue to teach them about the account of Easter, the accounts of Christmas, the different things that Jesus did, so that they can remember that and share that with the world. Thanks for listening today to our Faith, Relationship, and Community podcast. For more episodes, check out our website, morningsidelutheran.com, or on our social media platforms. We appreciate you joining. God bless.